Okay, so I was thinking some more skirmish today. Still waiting for the Baltic Battalion, but I think, and I emphasize think here, that it's going to come out in the third week of February, or in about a month at time of recording. Although, seeing as I'm recording this at 11:42 p.m. Tuesday, January 20th, and this is supposed to come out at 12 p.m. Wednesday, January 21st, it doesn't really matter, I guess. And I say that for two reasons. Firstly, they did on the Discord, they did a silhouette recognition game, which they had done before, but for the L-39 Albatross. Well, it started on the 16th, it ended on the 20th. However, an interesting note was that with the post said something like week 1 of 5 done or something like that. Or, presumably weekend would be more accurate, but the post said week. Now this ties into another, this ties into something that this ties into a Patreon, or I say it ties into, what's the word I'm looking for? Compliments? It fits with a Patreon post that came out a couple days ago, where they talked about the development cycle and stuff. I'm not sure if I would get in trouble if I put the Patreon post on YouTube. I mean, it's only $1, so it's not really that big of a deal anyway. Or it's not that big of a commitment to sign up to the Patreon is what I mean. But what the post basically said was that they were working on some things, and they had both earmarked the Baltic Battalion and Patch 12, which presumably is going to be the large balance changes one, for release in February. Which again makes sense as I was talking, because you have that kind of gels, for lack of a better word, with the Discord message from, or the Discord post about the unit recognition game. So, yeah. I'm assuming third week of February. Actually, you know, on the subject of Patreon posts, another thing that post talked about was they were looking at balance changes, or balance overhauls for a variety of different things. So presumably that means things like, well, they mentioned aircraft. I believe they mentioned artillery, things like cruise and ballistic missiles. They mentioned tanks and they mentioned infantry, although if memory serves, infantry was they were testing it. They were doing a separate test. I think some of these balance changes they were doing basically together on the same test version, and then others, but the infantry one they were doing differently. So, here we go. Comprehensive rebalancing to air defense, anti-overkill mechanics at aircraft timers was performed, CAS was reworked, cruise and ballistic missiles were revised, changes were made to tank characteristics, and a separate rebalancing of transports and infantry was carried out. So, yeah, they're basically they're looking at this stuff again, which I think is very interesting. However, they made a comment basically saying that this should strengthen the interaction between different unit types and shift the gameplay focus towards combat units rather than non-combat methods of destroying the enemy. Accordingly, a global rebalancing of all artillery was carried out, reducing its average rate of fire per match. So, here's the thing. And this is something I wanted to touch on quickly before play. I'm not entirely sure what that means. And I would love more context behind it. Particularly the part where they said, shift the gameplay focus towards combat units rather than non-combat methods of destroying the enemy. Now, if they're saying, by saying non-combat methods, if they mean using things in the support tab, which are not frontline combat equipment, then why have a support tab? Well, okay. I can understand why you'd have a support tab, but here's the thing, okay? And this goes with artillery in particular. But the whole thing about artillery is it is a very big gun that cannot engage targets by itself. That's the whole shtick with artillery. The problem is that it is a support asset. Our artillery in the real world has always been a support asset. It relies on units that are actually at the line of contact being able to provide the artillery basically with targeting information, and then for the artillery to act. So, if they're going to reduce the effectiveness of artillery, and I'll get to air defenses in just a second, but if they're going to reduce the effectiveness of artillery, then it kind of neuters the whole point of having artillery. That's what I want more context on, is what kind of artillery, or what kind of changes are they talking about? Because, I mean, sure, I can understand artillery. There have been some people claiming that artillery or I say some people. There's some people who have expressed frustration at artillery-heavy playstyles, and I understand that. I'm not entirely sure I agree with it, but then again, I've never been on the receiving end of it either. I would think that being able to see where the artillery shells are coming from and being able to call in a strike aircraft like an F-35 to bomb at that point would be a good way to solve the problem. But that's just me. That said, on the subject of Russian artillery, I kind of think Russian artillery is a little bit underpowered. And this probably isn't going to be a popular take, because people seem to think that Russian artillery is powerful enough. But I'm thinking, like, when you compare... Hang on. Yes, and yes. So, if you compare the Mosta to something like the Paladin, where's the armor brigade? There it is. The Mosta is the same price as an A7 Paladin, except it has a faster reload time, and I believe it is less accurate. It also has a shorter range. Yes, it is less accurate. It has a faster reload time. You can get 6 of them, although that is not necessarily a cost-specific measure. Like, what I mean is that you can get 6 of them, but that doesn't affect the balance of the individual unit. That just means that you can have more units. But compared to the A7 Paladin, the only thing that the Mosta seems to have, aside from possibly ammunition capacity, is that it has a faster rate of fire, and it's the same price. The A7 Paladin has a longer range, is more accurate, and has access to laser-guided artillery shells. And then you could go up to the Mosta, the M2 Mosta upgrade, which gives it even faster rate of fire, drops the accuracy down to the same level as the Paladin, and gives it laser-guided artillery shells, but now it's 190 points. And I can't help but think that's a little bit steep for a self-propelled artillery piece. Although, I mean, to be fair, 5 to 7 seconds reload time is pretty darn fast. And the other thing I'd like to point out is things like the Acacia, which is a relatively cheap piece, but it's also kind of bleh. 8 to 10 second reload time, short range HE, it's not very accurate, it's just, in general, pretty bleh. You can get the M2, which reduces the reload time, or reduces the reload time somewhat, and makes it more accurate, but you still have that short 3.5 kilometer range. If I were to buff these, and again, this is a bit of armchair quarterbacking, for the Acacia, the M2, I would increase that range to 3.8 kilometers. And for the Mazda S, I would drop the base, the M1 Mazda price down to like 140 to match the A6 Paladin, which has roughly similar characteristics. It's got about the same. It's got same range, same accuracy. It still carries less ammunition, and it doesn't have the same reload time. So maybe instead of 140, 145, or 150, and then drop the upgrade down to like 20 points. So it's 160 to 170. As for the Koalitzia, and I've long held the belief. I think I raised this in my. I think I raised this point in my first video when I looked over the Armor Brigade specialization. Compared between the Iron Thunder and the Koalitzia, I would just take no. Compared to the Iron Thunder and the Koalitzia, I would just take the Koalitzia. Or not. I would take the Iron Thunder, is what I'm trying to say. And because the Iron Thunder has a longer range, laser-guided artillery shells, yes, it has a whole lot less of them, and it has a slightly shorter reload time. But the gun is more accurate at a longer range. And if you go with the extended range on the Koalitzia, firstly, you're now 35 points more expensive. You're still not as accurate, and you still don't have the same range. But you do get laser-guided ammunition. Which, to be fair, is actually more accurate than the stuff that the Iron Thunder fires. But the Iron Thunder only gets access to laser-guided ammunition. All of its laser-guided ammo. So that's like the Koalitzia having nothing but Krasnopol. So maybe drop the price of this thing down to like 200, and then make the upgrade like 30 points. I don't know. That's just me. Another way they could potentially differentiate between U.S. and Russian artillery is, and honestly, I'm hesitant to mention this because if you talk about real life things in this game, you kind of open a can of worms that I'm not entirely sure should really be opened. Because, I think there are some things that it's good to mirror real life, and then other things that it isn't. The problem is that if you try and make that point, people, particularly who are biased to one side or the other, are just going to try and take that argument in whatever direction they want, usually to favor the side which they're biased towards. But one thing you could do is take the 152mm HE, which, it's worth noting, has a smaller bursting charge. The Soviet/Russian 152 has a smaller bursting charge than the NATO 155. So maybe drop the damage down to like 10.5 or 11, and then drop the blast radius down to like 70 meters. maybe touch the pen slightly, but lower the supply weight and maybe lower the ignore cover value slightly to, again, take into account the fact that the shell is producing a smaller bang. So instead of 15, it might be like 12.5%, which might be rounded to 13. I don't know. But what you do is you lower the price of the artillery systems themselves to compensate. Anyway, that's that. But they said that they're going to look over all this stuff, and I think that's good. I don't know, I'm just a bit concerned about how they're going to change it. Anyway, we're not here to hear me. Well, I say we're not here. There's probably aren't going to be anybody here. I am here to play this. Okay, so what do we got? Striker Cav, Striker Cav, Striker Cav. Okay, so apparently someone likes Striker Cav. And then SOCOM versus Motor and more Motor. And more Motor. Okay, noted. Coastal and Guard. And I will actually, I think I will do that. To start out with. So Motor, let me think, what do we got? Decent-ish artillery and air defense. Good infantry. Vehicles are largely going to be not much of an issue. And then we've got helicopters and aircraft to deal with. So I'm definitely going to want to bring something that is heavy on the air defense. Could I bring this? Would that be heavy enough on the air defense? That would actually be heavy enough on the air defense. Yeah, it's also heavy on the infantry. So... that's very heavy on the infantry and decently heavy on the air defense. That's also heavy on the air defense. I'm trying to remember, did I bring this one last time? I might have brought this one last time. And has got a decent chunk of artillery. No, I didn't bring it. I brought... I think I brought this one last time for the first and the third game. And then I did... I think this one for the second. Which proved to be surprisingly difficult. I don't know, I'm thinking about this one. Probably not, though. I mean, I would have the infantry, but... I don't really have any man pads available. I do have air defenses. I do have some artillery. I do have seed. I'm trying to think, what SHORAD do they have? Aside from just trucks. They have an OSA. Okay, and OSA can be a problem for helicopters. Or I could go with support. A support deck. Which has artillery. Although I'm noting now that I have 4 ATGM carriers, so... I'm legitimately tempted to try and make the spooky work. Hang on. 440, 12, 24. Except I do not have much in the way of SHORAD. I really don't have much in the way of SHORAD. The only thing I have is the LAVAD. Anyway, I think I'm going to go with this one. Yes. Alright, well, let's... Well, hang on. Let's select a map. What map do I want? I guess we can go with power plant. Additional setting, map size, small, nighttime, time limit. Do I just want to leave that as is? I guess we'll raise it. And I'll raise the point value up, or the income up. Because more income equals more units, and more units equals fun. So, let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure I hit record. Okay. Now, how many of those points are going to be active? Hmm. 5. Alright, fine. So, let's see what I have. Helicopters. 2 of these, and I'm probably going to want to bring... 2 of those. 2 of those. See if I can't go for maybe that point and then that point. Reorientate the camera slightly so I know what points I'm going for. When they said small map size, they... Huh. I'm assuming they're talking about the number of capture points. Where's my Ospreys?
Osprey tilt rotor aircraft here.
Cool. You...
Roger that. On our way to the DZ.
And then get the heck out of here.
Osprey, standing by. Drop the cargo. We're done here.
And then
RTB.
get the heck out of here as well. And I will, for the sake of it, put up an FA-18. Just in case they decide to do something. Flyer, GMB, Ranger RCs, Rangers. Ah. I am detecting nothing in the way of hostiles. Okay, well, let's get some support assets up.
Roger, we're on the move. Roger, moving out.
They haven't even tried capturing any of the capture points. Oh, that's just my other Osprey.
Roger, moving to next waypoint. Moving out. Anti-aircraft here, at your command. Air defense here. Air defense ready for action.
Oh, we have spotted things to shoot. Huzzah. Can I get one of these?
Inbound.
Sniper reporting. My spotter is down.
Ready, pickle. Copy. Bugging out.
Marines under fire!
Oh, you're having a bad day.
Heading back.
Moving through!
Proceeding is frag. Viper here. Go ahead. Green light. Bomb run on target. Fencing out.
Breach and clear! Special forces here! We need evac!
Airstrike complete. Pressing out.
Ooh, that was lovely. Oh, and they're bringing air.
Anti-aircraft here. Air defense here. We're combat ready.
Oh, they brought seed. Okay.
Sniper down. Requesting evac. Marine Raiders, we are engaged. Get your head out of your point of contact and move out! Oh, you fucking asses!
Wow, that was violent. And things are going mild sideways.
Changing course.
Oh, and the Patriots are out that fast. That's fine. Where's my,
Four-man party van on the hunt for radars.
fact, no, I don't need that many. I need, like, that. And while I'm at it, I need,
10-4, we're moving.
okay, well, I can't get 4 of those yet.
Air defense at your disposal,
Shut the
sir.
radar off for now.
Hornet ready.
Well, they're throwing aircraft at us. I don't really think it would be wise to go over there.
Back to Texaco.
I got my ears on. Go ahead. Breaker 1-9. Who needs supplies?
Alright, I was under the impression that they would load the supplies, into each, but apparently not.
Rolling on double nickel.
Air, do I have anything in the air tab? No, I do not. What I do need to do is I need to grab a pair of these, and I need to basically form up an armored sledgehammer
Bring us there in 10
to
seconds.
go
Not
take
fucking movies and shooting
some of these
position.
points,
What are you waiting for? Drive.
such as
Get the
point
engine
E.
running. Heavy transport here, send traffic. Catch you on the flip-flop. I'm RTB.
At the same time, I should probably move up some artillery assets as well.
Artillery moving out. Proceeding to next base of fire. We're on the move. Relocating to the next emplacement. That's a big 10-4. We're moving.
Are those loaded with harms? These might be loaded with harms.
Fast landing assistance. What can I do for you? Tactical truck ready to haul. Mission's over. Going back to the depot.
Okay, so... Oh, they're already taking Echo back. Where's that HIMARS? Okay, well, the artillery is moving into position. Oh, and they've got a
We're on
touch
command.
guard.
Pedal to the metal.
Boop.
Air defense, standing by.
Turn that on because you're gonna need it. Vehicle, grab. Yep. Okay. Well, the plan, ideally, is to just take an armored spearhead and then sledgehammer it into one of these points. Possibly point D. Because we are losing on points. Bold of you. I'm guessing that's the OSAs.
Logi here, send traffic. Let's dump that.
And then...
Mobile artillery reporting in.
Are these clusters? They're clusters, okay.
Artillery ready to fire, sir.
I can just get closer.
Anti-aircraft standing by. Air defense here. Moving there now. Moving as ordered.
And I do want to bring some artillery up to,
Move the fuck out, driver. Full speed. Driver, move forward.
I want to bring some infantry along, is what I'm trying to say. So, I'm probably going to want to bring a couple of these. Maybe in a pair of those. And then I'm probably going to want to bring a couple of Marines. And I think I'm going to put them in Charlie, actually. Actually, do I have any air? I do have air, but I don't have points.
Rocket artillery at your disposal, sir. Direct fire engagement. Heavy armor is on the field. Moving as ordered.
Go over there.
Mobile artillery standing by. Drone is on its way.
I'm probably horribly misguessed where that infantry was.
Cavalry here. We're ready for action. Driver, move
Have the
forward.
Bookers go over there as well. Oh, that's going to be very useful. Thank you. Look at all that.
Roger, flying there. Preparing to pickle. Bugging out.
Mess them up. Where's my plane? Plane?
Engaging afterburner. Strong success.
Cavalry here. Moving to shooting position.
Give that infantry a bad day. Oh! Yay, war crimes!
Armored cav here.
Don't give them a reprieve.
Move out.
Get after them.
Throttle.
Are they dead? They might be dead. Oh, well, that guy's not dead. Don't worry, that'll change soon.
Armored cav is on the field.
And then, speaking of infantry, get a pair of Marines. I preferably want to put them in a,
Air defense standing by.
7,
Air defense at your
9.
disposal, sir. Mobile artillery ready. Send mission. Roger. Moving out. Roger. We're on the move.
I'm gonna probably bring this stuff up into D. Or actually, no, I'll probably bring it into C then, since
Ready to roll.
the AI is intent on bringing it into D.
Troop transport reporting in.
Or dropping forces
Already
into
there.
which...
Striker reporting in.
Okay.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
That's a lot of hostile armor.
MLRS ready. Send fire mission. Direct fire on my mark. Providing direct fire.
See if we can't do something about that hostile armor.
At your command, we unleash hell, sir. Departing.
I'm not sure that artillery actually did anything of any real note. But that's
The
fine.
cavalry has arrived.
Get in there. Where's my infantry?
Someone asked for a ride?
Okay, and we have C.
Striker, ready for action. Get your asses out of my vehicle.
And then you go home.
Personal carrier here. Get out in 10 seconds, not 10 fucking minutes. Personal carrier ready.
Same thing.
All trench monkeys, dismount.
Drop these.
Troop transport, standing by. All walking sandbags, jump out.
Oh, and they apparently took out the
Who called the cavalry?
C-rams again. Okay, so note to self, seed thread is a threat. Oh, and they took out one of the Patriots as well. Okay. So they seem pretty intent on seed. Oh, that's a lot of not nice things.
Flight plan updated. Attack vector confirmed. Ready to pickle. Time to bug out. Line of coordinates. Airstrike complete.
Engaging targets with direct fire. Rocket artillery at your command, sir. Direct fire engagement. Armored cab, ready to roll.
Caller here. Send traffic. Over. Caller, mission ready. Copy. Bugging out.
Abrams, ready to roll.
Well, I think we're winning on destruction score, but
Make way.
that's about it thus far.
New bearing set. Going gates.
Bomb that infantry, please.
Landscape designers at your command.
fly into that. So if I'm really gonna be smart, I'm gonna want to give those guys some shortcut.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Already there. Moving.
Don't shell the friendlies.
Our tank got hit. Evaluating damage. Cav is on the field. Let's run him over. One more hit like that and we're done. Our tank got hit. We're still operational.
Mess them up.
Armored is rolling out. Tank status is red. Get those tracks moving. Lead me, follow me, or get out of my way.
Okay.
Air defense here.
Nice 300. Okay. Unfortunately, I do not have... Do I have seaplanes back? No, I do not.
Heavy lift ready. Cargo drop, watch your heads.
Oh. Okay, well that's a pest.
Armored cab, ready to rumble. Striker, ready for action.
Get him! Get him!
Copy. Relocating.
And we lost the point. Fine.
Roger. We're on the move. Mash your motor. We gotta go. Moving there now. Roger. Moving out.
both of those and tell them to turn their radar on. I'm gonna want, I think, to loop around here.
The cavalry has arrived. Anti-aircraft here.
I don't
At your
think
command.
this
Already
position
there.
is going to be all that sustainable.
Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me. Need supplies? Air defense here. We're combat ready. Good copy. Next waypoint received. The cavalry arrives in the nick of time. Moving out. Rocket artillery scanning by. Direct fire on my mark. No party without Artie. Providing direct fire. Our vehicle has been hit. Need repairs. Get that engine running. Turning to new heading. Changing course. Air defense ready for action. Anti-aircraft here at your command. Power here. Jammer activated. Vehicle heavily damaged. Need maintenance. Power on the hunt for radars. Power here. Hunting radars. Armored cab ready to roll.
Okay, well that was a hard grenade one way.
Armored moving out.
Well, I mean, we're winning on destruction score quite significantly.
Those motherfuckers scratched our paint job.
That's about the only good thing I can say.
Driving to coordinates. Solid copy. Moving out. Armored cab is on the field.
Something to lift?
Well, I mean, you're technically already carrying it, so... Oi.
CH-53, ready to lift. Unload coordinates received.
And then get the heck out of here once you drop that off. Where are... Oh, they're in there. Okay. Where are the other guys?
Cavalry here.
Resupply there.
Get those tracks moving.
Oh, I think... Oh. Yes, yes, please.
New course set.
Bomb all of
Attack
that.
vector confirmed. Bombs are ready. Back to Texaco. Flight plan updated. Below the hard deck. Bomb run confirmed. Picklefoot, hot and ready. Going gates. Attack run complete. Turn back.
Armored cav here. Ready to rain down death. Target marked. Direct fire. Direct fire engagement. Artillery available, sir. Artillery at your command, sir.
Where is... Yes, run right into the cluster on artillery barrage. Oh! Headshot.
Rocket artillery ready, sir. Who called the cavalry? Driver, move out.
Do I have... I do.
Line of coordinates.
And for that matter, I'm actually going to put one of
Proceeding
these...
as frag.
Excuse me,
New
I'm actually going to
bearing
put one of
set.
these up. Where are the party mans?
Double ugly here.
Or that. That works too. Boop. And there goes one Sam. At the very least.
power turned on. Heavy cavalry ready for action.
Oh, hi.
Back out, driver. One more hit and our tank is gone. Driver, reverse. Just grazing hits. Tank still operational. Solid copy. Moving out. Yellow Jacket armed and ready. Tank status red. Situation is hot.
Okay.
Just grazing hits. Tank still operational.
Well, that's a pretty bold drop, but okay. Oh, I'm definitely bombing that forest.
Let's drop some fireworks. Fencing out. Strike complete. Good effect on target. New heading set. Coordinates received. Bombs are ready. To the danger zone. Let's reduce them to scrap. Attack run complete.
Goodbye. Yeah. Okay, so I get the impression that throwing armored vehicles into this is not going to be a
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
productive strategy. Get 'em!
Mobile artillery ready. Send mission. Engaging targets with direct fire. target here. Back to home plate.
Well, someone's bringing in an AC-130.
Inbound. Roger, flying there.
That is a lot of things.
Mobile artillery standing by. Direct fire engagement. Direct fire on my mark. Gliding electric show standing by. New heading set. I got hit. Whole stick is shaking.
Good copy. Check.
Prowler, at your command, sir.
Breaker 1-9, who needs supplies? Logi here, send traffic. 10, roger. We're rolling.
That was copious amounts of violence. But that AC-130 did do some interesting stuff.
I got my ears on, go ahead. Ain't nothing gonna get in our way. Solid copy.
Get in there.
Lead me, follow me, or get out of my way. Hit the gas, driver. Hit it. Driver, move out. Armored is rolling out. Make way. Let's run them over. Heavy transport here, send traffic.
That's unfortunate.
Driver, move out. Full throttle. One more hit, my truck is done. Tactical truck ready to haul.
Okay, so we have 2 minutes, so we're gonna lose. And I honestly don't have
Striker
much
here, we're combat ready.
that I could really use to try and arrest that. Except for maybe these.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
Quickly, please.
Changing course. Attack vector confirmed. Bombs are ready.
Our vehicle took a hit! We need maintenance! Anti-aircraft here! We're in combat!
Munitions on target. Nice firework.
Oh, we got
One
something.
more hit and our vehicle's done!
Yay! Sudden death is no longer a thing.
Cav is on the field!
And we're taking Charlie, so that kind of
Make
really
way!
beats that.
Striker in combat! Awaiting command!
Hornet copies.
Driver standing by. Ready, pickle. Time to bug out.
Probably not going to be there by now, but...
Strike complete. Direct hits confirmed.
Oh! Okay, we actually got quite a few somethings.
Cavalry here. We're in combat. Moving to shooting position.
Get in there and mess them up. All of them. Everything. If it has a pulse, make sure it doesn't.
Target identified. Fire.
What is that poor K-17 doing? Besides dying, at least.
Gunner engage target. One more hit like that and we're done. Moving as ordered. Hostiles on my mark. Fire. Cavalry here. We're ready for action. Armored cab, ready to roll. Smoke screen. Defensive smoke.
Actually, you know, all of you pop smoke.
Our tank got hit. We're still operational.
And I don't actually have a system yet. Unfortunate.
Anti-aircraft here. We're engaged.
You're fine.
Power up, for fuck's sake! Our tank got hit, but we're still kicking.
I might be about to sudden death this again.
Flight plan updated.
Logi here, set traffic. End of the line, everybody out.
And that right there is why you'll occasionally see people posting endgame stats where their air defense systems have somehow killed something on the ground. Possibly even other air defense systems.
The cavalry has arrived.
Just because the missile misses does not mean that it instantly gets deleted.
Armored, moving out. Driver, move forward.
infantry nearly as much as I should.
Moving there now. Moving out.
Drone is en route.
Mobile artillery reporting in. MLRS ready to fire. Target marked, direct fire. Armored cannon is on the field. Armored is rolling out. MLRS reporting in.
My gaze pierces cloud and shadow.
No party without Hardy.
Flying the coordinates. Attack vector confirmed. Ready to pick 'em. Back to Texaco.
You're not going to get there on time, unfortunately.
The drone has been hit.
Bomb run confirmed. Strike complete. Bugging out. We'll go.
Who called the cavalry?
Affirmative.
Stay away from that.
Cavalry here.
New bearing set. Turning to new heading.
Tank status is red. Armored cab, ready to rumble. Shoot that target, gunner.
Operator here. Send mission.
Prowler ready.
Okay, well, we might win this.
New course set.
That might have been a touch overkill.
Striker reporting in.
Where's the army reserves? Oh, we won. Okay. I had a 3 KD ratio, and the other guy had a 1.2. Which is better than either of them did. I did 21,000 points of damage. Or 21,000 points of kills. Although he captured far more zones than I did. Did I lose anything? Mostly seed from the looks of it. And helicopters. Okay. Alright, well, what did I schwack? F-16. Oh, I love the high-speed anti-everything bomber combo you get on the F-16. Pack 2 said that they don't get an Air Force. Other F-16. Strike Ram Shored. 8 helicopters. Prowler. CEV. 8 a bunch of infantry and light armor. Ah. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. Other Booker, 8 more light armor. Other Booker, 8 basically everything. This FE... Oh, boy. This guy went to work. And then what else do we have? Pack 2. Just 8 their Air Force. Other FEP. Did a pretty decent job. Iron Fist, CEV, other Pack 2. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. So, I guess I could go again. I don't know. Continue. That or, well, no. Actually, I think I'm gonna call that one a little bit short. Anyway, that was fun. That was. In hindsight, I am pretty defensive when it comes to games like this, and I probably shouldn't be. So, because in that last game, the AI captured far more capture points than I did, but I did more killing, mainly in the air, at least from the stats. So, I don't know. I also didn't use infantry very much, or at all, really. Anyway, that was that. I should do this more often, I think.